Hello everyone, Namaskaram. In this video, I would like to share my views with all of you on unemployment as a social concern. Now, this is something not just prevalent in India, this is a concern being experienced by many all over the world. This is a global problem. So, as humanity, as human beings, what could we really do about it together? Is the topic of this video. Now, we all know what we are facing, experiencing, right? Long working hours, stress, keep on working till late, and not getting enough time for family, for other social activities, for our own self growth and development, or even our own time, our own personal time. So, what is that not so? Now, what could really be the solution to this? We all really feel helpless and handicapped, but let us brainwash on what could we really do about it together. Now, as I think about this problem, I also what crosses my mind is also that the real cause of this problem is our own shrinking mindset. Yeah, it's our own shrinking mindset that is the cause of this real problem. For a long time now, since the advent of technology, we've been restricting ourselves too much, creating boundaries and staying put within our own cocoons of my ambitions, my goals, my desires of having or owning something great, achieving something great, my family, my needs, so on and so forth. And we've been restricting ourselves, limiting ourselves to our own kith and kin, and sort of a small self, if I may say like that. So, what we call progress has actually, um, to a large extent, brought a lag or brought us down behind and caught us behind. It is holding us back. Uh, it is due to our own push and our own pursuit, which has sort of compelled us to take up workloads which we never imagined before. So we get into organization and then become a donkey, and then as we move above the corporate ladder, we become bigger donkeys, take up bigger workloads. Is that not so? And then one fine day we eventually realize that, oh, after all, even after so many years of hard work, finally what really happens is I'm still an employee and I'm going to be out of it. आखिर नौकर ही हूँ ना, ऐसा ही कहते हैं ना, आखिर हूँ तो नौकर ही. So the solution to this unemployment problem, which really comes up apparent to me, is very simple. It is as simple as changing our own mindsets. We have to come out of our mindset of an employee and change it to something higher and bigger. Let me introduce this term as seva. In Sanskrit, we call it seva, or a mindset of offering our service, of being of service to the society. So, work as such, when we work in expectation of a reward or to get something in return or to fulfill our needs, then we are enslaved. Because we are getting something in return, we become slaves. Whereas if we work out of our own creative expression as a willful offering, which is going to be of benefit to everybody else, then we become masters. Think about it. Then we are not bound, because we are not tying us ourselves with something that we are getting in return or reward. So this is what the concept of seva is. No, I'm not asking you to give up your jobs or start doing something different now. But wherever you are, just be comfortable in giving. We know ourselves as intelligent beings. Do we not? There is some intelligence in us, and there is a higher intelligence which is working through us and all around us. And that intelligence is what we refer to as God, the cosmic intelligence. So let us fall back on faith and start offering our services the way we offer our services, loving service, as we offer it to our own family members, may it be parents, our own children, or spouse, whoever it may be. We are already doing it, but we are limiting it to a certain few people. The same concept is what we have to extend to a larger number of people. And this change in mindset from that of an employee to that of a service provider will make a lot of difference. Try it out, or at least think about it. You must be able to proudly call yourself a sevaka. And whom is it that you are going to offer your service to? You will be offering your service to the higher being, the creator. To explain this further with a very simple example, I would like to quote here the example of our own human body. There are so many tiny cells which come together and function together and become a tissue. There are so many tissues which group together and form an organ. There are various other organs which are individuals in themselves, which function differently, yet they coordinate and cooperate in such a way that they build up an organism and function as one unit. So this is exactly what we have to do. We have to consider ourselves as small cells or individual cells and group together and function, coordinate in such a manner that the whole organism is sustained. Now, which is this organism? This organism is the greater being or the whole of the ecosystem that we live in. It includes everything, all animate and inanimate matter. Animate matter like plants, worms, small insects, bigger animals, and inanimate matter like mountains, stones, walls, soil, earth, water, air, the sky. So everything is part of this creation that we live in, and it is only because of our poor thought or secluding or isolating ourselves into an island that we are unable to cooperate and coordinate with the whole entity. So let us broaden our own minds, and whether we know someone or we know them as strangers, so irrespective of that, let us try and offer our services which is going to be helpful to the other. So in the example of our own human body, just imagine if the brain requires oxygen to function. Now the blood and the lungs have to coordinate and cooperate to provide that oxygen to the brain. Now say, if suppose the lungs say, oh, why should I give you the oxygen? If the blood says, no, why should I impart the oxygen to you free of cost? It is all my hard work. Why should I part it with you? Then the whole organism is going to collapse. So similarly, if the digestive system says, I digest and I do all the hard work, why should I give the nutrition to you? What would happen? Would you as an organism be able to live or sustain? No. Similarly, what would happen if one small cell, even if one small cell fails to function in its appropriate manner or to its optimal activity, what happens? Oh, there is cancer detected in the body, malignant tumor. No? So that is what we are all experiencing today. Just because we all have held ourselves back, asking ourselves, why should I do when I'm not rewarded? Why should I give? Why should I give free? It's all my hard work. Why should I offer it to somebody else? What is my gain? So these are the questions which are holding us back, and it is not allowing our own creative expression to find its avenue or the path. So we are making our own blocks, we are creating blocks in our own creative expression, and we are creating blocks in our own upliftment, in our own progress. So let us take example of our own human system, the intelligence which is there inherent. Let us take inspiration from our own bodies and look at how beautifully they all are networked together, integrate together, how beautifully they function. And I'm not saying that we have to lose our individual identities. We can keep it, but we have to coordinate in such a manner that the whole system survives. So here the whole system means the entire globe, the entire world, everything which is included in that. So every part of nature is beautifully functioning to its entire fullest capacity without any expectation in return. So can we not take inspiration from there? Can we not do so? Now human beings are supposed to be the highest evolved beings and the highest beings with the greatest intelligence among the whole of creation. Sadly today they are at the lowest, and the other creatures which are supposed to be at the base now appear quite intelligent, more intelligent than human beings. So imagine the plight. Is it surprising that we face such issues? The problems that we are facing today, including employment, unemployment, the stress that we face today, and all the other factors, all the other problems that we face today, is only because the entire organism is becoming cancerous, because the individual cells have stopped functioning, they have disagreed, they want to rebel, they do not want to cooperate and coordinate to keep their system alive. So that is what we are doing, and that is what we are experiencing. So the simplest solution to the problem that we are facing today is the limitations that we have created ourselves. We have created cocoons and we are living inside it. So let us come out of it. Let us take another example. Look at the sun. The sun shines day after day, day after day. Does it ever ask, what have you given me in return? No. It shines out of its own effulgence, out of its own brilliance. So you work because you are capable to do so, not because you need anything. That makes a huge difference. So, and the intention is that the other person is benefited out of whatever you do, out of your creative expression. Beautiful, isn't it? The thought itself is beautiful. Now, we are all intelligent beings. There is inherent intelligence in us. There is intelligence in us, and therefore we are inclined to do some or the other work, some or the other activity. So why do we not do it? Just as a creative expression. Only if we hold ourselves back in expectation of a reward or what we get in return, that blocks are created. So let us forge ahead and bring this change in our own mindsets. That is what I think will make a major impact, and globally we can see a marked difference. No, we don't require a big governmental organization to come to our rescue. It is our own life, and nobody else can set our own life right other than us. We can set our own life right by right actions, and right action means using our intelligence in a right manner. Using our intelligence means orienting it or aligning our intelligence with the higher intelligence, which is all around us, which is nature. So let us take inspiration from nature. Does a tree ever ask, "Why do you ill treat me?" Even if we cut it down, it says nothing. Does it ever say, "No, I'm not going to share my fruits with anyone else because he is so and so, she is so and so, he or she is ugly, or he or she is not deserving"? Does it ever say that I'm not going to share my fruits because you have not bowed down to me? No, no questions asked. It is all free giving. So why cannot we do it? We human beings are supposed to be at the helm of evolution and the people with highest intelligence. So are we not intelligent enough to take cues from the nature around us, from our own systems, and then set our lives right? So why wait for some big change coming from someone else? Let us be the change ourselves. So think about it. This is exactly what we refer to as dharma in Sanskrit. The word dharma, when split, consists of dha, ir, ma. The syllable dha denotes support or bringing together on a single platform, binding together. Ma refers to individual units or all living creatures, individual living creatures. So that string of fire which binds or strings together, pulls all living creatures together on the same platform, is dharma. So that is what the body does. So the cell is doing its dharma by carrying out its own function intelligently without any expectation of reward. And yes, it goes without saying that it gets its own supply of nutrition. The cell doesn't die because it is not expecting. The cell survives because it is not expecting. So let us fall back on that faith on that higher intelligence. Let us not question of how am I going to survive, who is going to feed me, who is going to feed my family, my hunger, my needs, who is going to clothe me. No, let us fall back on faith. There is a higher intelligence which is supplying everything. From where do we get the oxygen? From where is the air blowing? What is the source of water? Who is manufacturing water? It's all H2O. Who is manufacturing H? Who is manufacturing the O within the H2O? So there is a higher intelligence and there is a source whom we refer to as God, as Allah, as Shiva, as Vishnu, as Narayana. We call that source by various names, but it is the same higher intelligence, supreme intelligence, which is working through us and around us. So should we not take on should we not take on the example from here and make our lives better? Why should we feel crippled, handicapped and helpless? Why should we not explore our own potentiality? In Sanskrit, happiness is referred to as sukha, sukh in Hindi. Sukha doesn't arise from possessions. Sukha comes out of our own potentiality or our own capability to offer, to give lovingly without any expectations. Think about it. Try it for a while and then let me know. So on, so good so far. So meet you in another video. Hope this point or concept resonates with you. All of us are intelligent enough to shine effulgently like the sun and the star. We are all stars in our own self. So let us bring out that star in us, that sun in us, and shine brightly. Thank you. Namaskaram.